nationwide, and listen to this, y'all, 440 plus licensed financial professionals on his team. He is a visionary with a big vision. Entrepreneur, speaker, author, best-selling author of 3 books, and the best, he said the best for last, y'all, a man of faith. Let's give it up, y'all, for Mr. Alvin
Give it up for yourself. I got a lot to share with you. Make sure you grab a notepad or pen, take some notes on the phone. I want to make sure you get some practical things that you can use in your life immediately. Okay? So, before I get started here, how many heard about that big Zoom committee? Anybody heard about that one? Let me bring up the scene. So they were looking for a speaker to come and speak to you. And the first person they called, they said, hey, we want you to come to speak here in Atlantic Station at the Black Spa Expo. They called the guy who was not available, had a family emergency. They called the second guy. And they said, well, who's the most knowledgeable guy? So they called him up, and the guy said, conflict of interest. Well, Anisha said, who's the best looking guy? I've been turned down the offer 3 times. So real quick, stand on your feet real quick. I did this before. Fold your arms like you normally do. Just fold your arms. Everybody fold your arms? Okay. Okay, now shake it off. Fold it the opposite way. Hold the opposite way. Okay, I see. What happened? You have a habit of doing things. You have a routine of doing things. My talk is going to take a different level of learning, a different level of understanding so that you can get the message for the day. You have to see now. I'm saying that was awkward, man. I couldn't do it. So are you serious about your business? Are you serious? Okay. How many of you working like 12 hours a day? You working 14 hours a day? You going hard in the pain? You burn out? You feel like sometimes you burn out, right? You gotta always think about your financial future. Every client you see, you gotta make sure that eventually your energy is going to go low. Eventually you're going to get older. And I'm going to tell a few stories about the journey of a person from a millennial to a baby boomer in a financial sense. So some of y'all wear like 15 hats, right? You're an operations manager, you're marketing, you're advertising, you got so much going on. Write down the one thing that you don't like to do, but you want to delegate. There's 2 types of delegation. Number 1, for a doer. Number 2, for a thinker. Some of you have been trying to delegate a doer's a thinker's job, and a thinker's a doer's job, and you try to get the same person to do both. It's not going to happen. Right? You got to set help, give you more hours in your day. Some of you mastered your craft, right? You mastered your craft, and you are passionate about what you do. So you got to ask yourself, is this a passion or a project? Do you have a passion for what you do, or this is a project to make money? I want you to walk in your passion. So today, we want to shift from being all the emotions to multiplying your wealth. Anybody ever want to multiply your wealth? Yeah. Okay. Do you have a blueprint that you follow? See, we're so busy, right? We're so busy, and we go through the motions of life. Anybody go through the motions of life? Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do it all over again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, to watch church on TV. Oh man, I'm tired. On the other side of tired is what? Brokenness. Ooh, okay. On the other side of tired, you gotta recharge. That's what y'all do. Help me recharge because everybody going through the motions. Now you're 20 years old, now you're 30 years old, now you're 40 years old, now you're 50, now you're 60, now you're 70, now you're 80. Decades go by. How much money did you save every decade? You might have lost money on a pair of shoes somewhere. 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, you total it costs up for that money, right? And then you look at a whole year and say, I made 100 grand, I made 7 figures, where's the money? And then you look at a whole decade and say, where's the money? You know the average lifetime income is about $2 million, and some of y'all did that in 1 or 2 years. Yeah. That's some people's lifetime income. Unbelievable. But I tell you this, the spa and the beauty business will never go out of business. I don't care what's going on. People want to look good. Yes. People want to feel good. Yes. If you ever did the research on the Great Depression, after the Great Depression, anybody remember realistic? Yes, yeah. It took off. Why? It was the timing of it. Everybody was still want to look good. Get a haircut, get a haircut, get the makeup. And ladies, y'all build a confidence in people. Sometimes people come there, they don't even need to look, but they need some words of wisdom. How many feel your therapist? Yeah. Okay, got it right. So think about it this way. When was the last time you took action on the financial information you received? When was the last time you took massive action? Let's talk about this. So one day, I had 2 clients. One had $100 to save a month, and one had $500,000 to move. What client you think gave you the most challenging time? The $100 a month client or the client that had $500,000? The $100 a month client. See, the $500,000 client, no, they're going to protect their money and grow that money. The $100 a month client, they're just getting started. It's a mind shift, right? So, let me tell you this too. I enjoy helping everybody because everybody has a story. If you got $50 to save a month, hundreds, millions on millions, and everybody in between, I can help you with that. Now, what is your mindset when it comes to math or numbers? Everything has a number. Your height, your weight, your driver's license number, your blood pressure number, your shoe size, right? How much does this cost? Your phone number. You have to learn to be accountable to numbers. If you ever look at the word accountability, the word count is in there. And the word ability. See, so many people go, they don't hold themselves accountable to count the money. All right. Now, knowledge is everywhere. Would you agree with me? Yeah. You can Google, you can chat GPT, but some things are ungoogleable. I don't know if that's a word. Some things are not chat GPTable. You gotta have a coach. See, when you think about information, right, it's like information junkies. They gotta have more information, more information. Anybody know someone like that? Yeah. Okay. And then you go from information to education. See, that's more education. And then you go from education to implementation. But the only way you go to implementation, you gotta have a coach. Now let's give it up for Coach Candace. Let's give it up for Coach Candace. You know, I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, about 4 hours from here. And I went to Savannah State University. I was still working a job, 40 hours, going to school 18 hours. Played John Madden football at the rest of the guys. Anybody play stage at HBCU besides me? Don't say you ain't get drunk, right? You know what I'm talking about. She almost got that in cause. I thought, what are you saying, okay? So I had the upbringing of a child that I believe was one of the best. My parents did a great job with me and my 2 brothers. You know how some people have that struggle story? I didn't have a struggle story until college. Let me back up a little bit. At the age of 10, my dad would show us his pay stub from the post office. He would show us how to pay bills. He would show us the value of money. At the age of 10 or 11, I remember sitting at the kitchen table going through grown people stuff, right? And so many people hide that from their kids. You know, some people think that mom and dad was rich growing up. I had a perspective at a young age. I started cutting grass, probably about 11, 12, and the little lady paid me in $10 bills. I was so excited. So I run home with $10 bills. My mom grabbed 3 of them. She told me to teach her how to save. I've been saving ever since. See, it's a habit. Some people say, I don't have money to save. Can you save a nickel? Let's start there. Can you save a dime? Can you save a quarter? See, it's a mindset. You gotta have a mind shift. Now, I was diagnosed with cancer my senior year at Savannah State University. My grandmother passed away. My best friend was murdered. I couldn't pass the Regents exam. I was going through so much adversity, but I kept going. I kept the faith. I had a good team around me. Didn't know about therapy at the time, but you know what? We kept pushing. And so my adversity didn't hit me until early 20s. Right? And so I learned from that, and I wrote my first book, Don't Let Adversity Steal Your Legacy. Because there's one little thing sometimes that can take away your legacy. Well, do you want wisdom or advice?
Wisdom.
Okay, if I said wisdom, I never heard anybody say so-and-so gave me some bad wisdom. But I've heard people say so-and-so gave me some bad advice. So you want to seek wisdom, right? But wisdom requires what? What does one thing wisdom must have? Say it loud. Experience. Is money emotional? Is money emotional? It can be if you let it, right? Where do we learn money? From our parents' reactions. How did mom and dad handle bills? How did mom and dad open the mail? How did they avoid the mail? So you got savers, you got spenders, and you got avoiders. They don't want to talk about it, they don't want to look at the mail, they don't want to answer the phone. But are you building your legacy with some sound principles? We're doing more than that to say. There's 5 concerns when it comes to money. Just 5. The first one is your bank account. Is that a concern? How many look at your bank account every day? 2 times a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. You hit refresh. Where's the money? Where's the wire? You said Zelle. Where's the Zelle? Where's the cash app, right? So your bank account, the rate of return, because most banks only pay 1, you gotta get a higher rate of return. Time. We all have a financial timeline. I got that, right? So where are you on the timeline? Are you at accumulation or distribution? But we overlook distribution. That's the most important one. The next one is cash commitment. How much are you saving every month, no matter what? So real quick, right now, you know, no matter what number you're going to save going forward. I don't care if it's a hurricane, a tornado, I don't care if something bad going on in the family, guess what? You're going to save that no matter what. You got to have your no matter what money for saving, and you got to have your no matter what for balance. See, some of you wait till it gets too low. You get $2,000, you panic. Panic at $50,000. See, that's your no matter what number for your balance. And now you got your no matter what number for savings. You just shifted a whole bunch of things. And the last one is taxes. You know, I know Uncle Sam shows up once a month. Not once a month, sometimes. Uncle Bill shows up once a month. I pay the bills, right? But taxes, tax-free lifestyle is where you want to go. You know, money exposes everything. Right? The personality of a person. You know, people like tea bags. You put them in hot water, and the real flavor comes out. You know, conversations and relationships are everything. What kind of conversations are you having in this environment? What kind of relationships are you building? And what kind of connections are you having? What kind of conversations will lead you to the next level? I want to talk to you about different tables. I'm so glad we got tables in here. I want you to imagine in your mind that we're all at this big restaurant. okay? And there's different assigned tables. So the first table is the poor table. You're having poor conversations. You're having poor insight. It's just poor conversation, right? Anybody ever been at that table? The next table you're having is the broke table. I ain't with the poor people. I'm broke. I ain't poor. See, broke is temporary. Poor is a mindset. And then you go to the next table called the almost making it table. We almost made it this month. And you have almost making it conversations. And then you graduate to the just getting by table, girl. We just got by. We have enough money to go to the ground. We just got by. Then you get by. Right? That's the table of conversation that you're having. Then you're saving, now you're living, now you're investing table. Now you're at the net worth table. When was the last time you had a net worth conversation? See, we talk below the line, I call it. Debt, credit cards, student loans. We want to have a conversation. Let's shift it to legacy. Let's shift it to net worth. Let's shift it to profit margins. See, your new relationship and conversation at the table will transform your legacy. And when you transform something, it can never go back to its original state. Anybody like grits and eggs in the size? You cannot put the grits back in the corn. For those that didn't know, grits come from corn. And I can't put the scrambled eggs with the cheese and the garlic salt back inside the shell. Y'all know what garlic salt is? So, now we're shifting conversation. We shift conversation in our family with family meetings. You gotta hold a family meeting. You can't avoid that. You gotta have one with you and your spouse and one with the kids. You gotta have 2 family meetings a month of non-interrupted time because we talking past it. You talking while you're brushing your teeth. You talk while you're in the car. You need a meeting with a whiteboard and a big PowerPoint. And an agenda. Because if you're going to change that, guess what? You got to start with family meetings and shifting the conversation. Now, let's talk about baby boomers swap on. Let's play with Lisa. For 30 years, loyal clients, right? With no exit plan. Anybody know Lisa? She worked hard. She go hard in the bank. But she has no exit plan, and her business is draining her and tiring her out, and she can't sell the business because based on her talent and her work ethic. You can't sell your talent and work ethic, right? So what is she going to do? She has to have some kind of plan that can catch her up. The next person, let's just call this person Christine. She makes 6 figures, she's Generation X. Spot on, and she guess what she does? She go work, she work. But she decided, I'm gonna pay myself first. I'm gonna pay every time I do a service, I'm gonna take a percentage of that and pay myself first. I tell barbers, your first haircut goes to you. Say the first haircut every day. Just say the first haircut. Now, but you know what happened to the millennial up and coming business owner? They watch the Gen X. They watch the baby boomers and say, wait a minute, I don't want that. Let me do something right now. You can start with $100 a month. Just $100 a month. Then $200 a month. Then $300 a month. Then $400. Then $500. Then $600. Then $700. Then $800. $1,000 a month. You build the muscle. See, there's 4 levels of wealth. The first one is financial stability. You cover your bills, you may have an emergency fund. Number 2, financial security. You got savings 6 to 12 months, no debt. The third one is financial freedom. Financial freedom. Passive income, expenses very low. But the one I want to talk about is financial abundance. Do you have a financial abundant mind or do you have a scarcity mind? See, you gotta believe. How many of you truly believe in your business? Like you truly believe you're helping people you make their listen, Lord. I tell you this. One day in this little town, it was a drought for rain. It was a drought for rain. And the people of the town said, we all gotta come together and pray for rain. So they had this meeting set for 12 noon, right, on a Saturday. And so all the people came to this one location to pray for rain. But they said, hold on, we can't get the prayer started. We can't get the prayer started because, I'm just going to say Mary's not here. They said, well, where is she? So we don't know. We're not starting this until Mary shows up. So Mary shows up with her hair done. Mary shows up looking good. And they said, Mary, why were you late? She said, baby, I had to get the umbrella. Because if we're going to pray for rain, I'm going to believe in the prayer and the rain will come down and I can't mess my head up. We got a praying grandmother. Just try to make it down real quick here. Just think about your praying grandmother. The praying grandmother that believed in the prayer. Not just the praying grandmother, the praying grandmother who believed in the prayer like Mary that the rain was going to come. So she had to get her umbrella, excuse her for being late. She didn't want to mess her hair up. And she believed that the rain was coming. So here's your challenge right here as I close this out. You want to make revenue today and build legacy tomorrow, but you need a blueprint. And the only way you're going to change your life, there's something I call the 5 E's. Write this down. So here we go. The first E is your environment. I'm not saying move zip codes, but I'm talking about you want to shift conversations. The new environment, how many of you are not from the city you're doing business in right now? How many of you are not from Atlanta or not from the city? Look at that. You had to go to a new environment to have new conversations with new people so that you can make some new money. And when you're in that new environment, you have new expectations. See, now I want to pour into you. I want to believe in you. I want to build you up, not tear you down like the old environment did. That's the reason you left that environment. And then we go to execute because now Candace said, Alvin, come in this environment. Here's my expectation of you. I believe in you. I want you to win. Here's how you execute. Here is the system, the playbook, and also here's the game plan to get to 7 figures. And what happens? The 4th is experience. Now I have experience with the new environment, and the new expectations, and I'm executing new plans, right? Now I have experience, and the last E is the example. You ever hear people say, send for me? Hey, go to the new city. Once you get it going, you send for me. Because now, guess what? You put them through the 5 E's. Yeah. So the first one, again, is environment. The second one is expectation. The third one is execute. Number 4 is experience. And then the last one is give an example. Some of you, the go-to person in your family, are you the one living money, or are you the one asking people for money? Something to think about, right? Are you ready to change your family tree? What does your last name stand for? When people see your last name or hear your last name, what comes to mind? Oh, you know, they owe money, they owe some money. Oh, no, that's a good family. What comes to mind? You're building your brand every day. So passion over project, right? Have an understanding you got to pay your future self, because if you don't pay your future self, guess what? You won't have any money. Money won't save you if you don't save money. Yeah. Every day we go to work, but you got to tell yourself, today I'm going to legacy. Right? No, you can't get that right now. Put that back right now. Those shoes look nice, but I'm going to save that one. See, you going in like you don't buy the shoes, don't buy them. We'll put it in the savings account. I got that, right? So, forgiveness. Somebody said that earlier in the opening prayer. Man, you know, someone knows. Forgiveness, right? We hear it all the time. We hear it all the time. And let me tell you this. Most people never receive their blessings because the blessing is on layaway. You can't get your blessing off the layaway until you forgive. Anybody remember layaway back in the day? Get the school clothes? You can wait to get it off, right? See, some of your blessings are just sitting there. It kind of reminds me of the story. This was a good man, good family man. He was a great guy at church and everything, and he all of a sudden passed away. So he get to heaven, and he's walking down this long hallway, and St. Peter's there waiting for him. He said, come on in, welcome to heaven. He's walking, and he's like, what are these doors? What are these doors? What are the names on the doors? What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Follow him. He's walking. He said, wait a minute. What are these names on the doors? He said, just follow me. He said, wait. This is my name. This is my door. I need to know what's the door. He said, you really want to know? He said, yes. What's behind the door? He said, all right. He said, Peter got the keys, opened the door, the door opened up. It was gifts and presents and gifts of talent in the room. He said, well, what does this mean? He said, these are the gifts that God bless you with that you never used by those on earth. Come on, I should look at it. I should look at it. I'm telling you right now, you gotta use your gifts. And I love the room because you guys are making sure you're using your gifts. You're not gonna have a whole room full of gifts when you get there because you use it right now. You're making a difference to people. You're building their confidence. And I always say this, look like your legacy, not your adversity. Look like you're going somewhere, not like you've been through something. Some people look like they've been through it twice, right? So, I have a nice PDF for you, but I'll tell you what, you gotta scan this code. I'm gonna have some ladies pass this card out in a second. But I'm gonna give you the 4 levels of wealth, so you can have that PDF and you can go through it. And I may throw in the decade checklist. So every decade you should have this taken care of, right? So in your 20s, all this should be checked off. In your 30s, all of this should be checked off. In your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 80s, you start checking off the list. I'll make sure you get that so you can hold your family meetings. Some people hold family meetings going forward. Now, we ain't holding a meeting. We didn't hold a meeting, right? But you don't make it long. You don't make it long. You get to the point you talk about the money. Because we're not talking about it. So, when we learn, if y'all can pass that out, ladies, y'all can pass it out for me right quick. And there's a survey on there. I love feedback. Feedback helps you grow, right? So, forgive people, get your blessings off the way. What else to talk about today? The 5 E's. Real quick, I love to hear some gold nuggets of what you heard. I love to hear some feedback on that. Anybody want to share real quick? What's the best thing you learned I share with you today? Financial abundance, absolutely. Anyone else? Real quick. Money won't save you if you don't save. Money won't save you if you don't save money.
Walking in your passion.
Walking in your passion. Not just a project, right? Walking in your passion. Anyone else? Look like your legacy, not your adversity, right? Y'all make us look good, look like our legacy. Boy, life, right? All right. Anyone else?
What blueprint are you following?
What blueprint are you following? Just imagine if I asked that. Anybody did a word puzzle? Not word puzzle, like puzzles when you were young? And let's say, for instance, I gave you a 1,000-piece puzzle. 1,000 pieces, but never showed you the box. Can you put that puzzle together? It's a vision, but it's easier to see the vision. Okay, so I gave you the puzzle pieces with the right box. What if I gave you puzzle pieces with the wrong box? Some of you trying to put puzzle pieces together and you got the wrong box. You got to make a vision plain and put it on the paper. Because if we just say, oh, it's this, well, what kind of puzzle we building? I don't know. Where are we going? I don't know. You need to see that puzzle box. And you got to have the right pieces. Now, I'll tell you another stuff earlier. What if your coach or Candace put that puzzle together 10 times already, and she's going to help you? Ooh, now we got a vision with a coach. Y'all see where I'm going with that, right? And so now, you got the vision, you got the right puzzle pieces, you got the right coach, and now you're teaching other people to put the puzzle together. And as you finish passing it out, everyone, I'm so excited to be here with y'all. Y'all just don't know the energy you bring. I try to make financial education fun. Right? I want to make it fun and make it exciting, but sometimes it can be dull and boring. And in my 23 years of doing this, you can always count the pepper in the rice. But we changing the face of the industry right now. Ladies are taking over the financial industry like they did in the real estate industry. It's a whole movement of ladies have a passion to keep doing what they're doing, but add the money conversation to the mix. So if you want to get that card, go ahead and scan that right quick. And I tell you what, thank you so much, Candace. Thank you so much for your vision and your vision. Thank you so much for all of you. Give up on yourself. Right? Come on,